Hi, I'm Nafisa, and this is my podcast for my nurse leadership interview that took place August 10th. I did interview a nurse leader that by the name of Mark G, and he works at a hospital, very large, prestigious teaching hospital that I would like to keep its name private, but he's in the Bay Area. Mark has been a nurse for 12 years. Two of those, prior to that, he was a police officer. But last 12 years, he was a nurse, and 10 of those 12 years, he has been in a leadership position from unit educator to charge nurse to resource nurse, and etc. Mainly, he works in the close to unit, cath labs, GI labs, those kind of areas. But he does the overall hospital thing as well. I have to make a full disclosure. I met Mark a few months ago at a panel interview that I had at the place that he works, and it was him and two other ladies that interviewed me, and I was really impressed with the way he was interviewing me and the way he was leading with the questions and the kind of information he was trying to tease out from me. So that was my first exposure to Mark, and that's when I figured this is really someone who really does have a great common sense, very good leadership quality to him. And that's the person I wanted to interview when I got this assignment. And of course, he acquiesced and said it's okay that I could interview him. The interview went very pleasant, well, and I have learned quite a bit from him, not just what he said, but also how he said it, his demeanors, what he left out, what he put in. So he was very effective communicator, at least from what I could understand. And he pretty much opened his door and answered every question. Sometimes went further than I even intended to go. So that was very good treat for me. The thing I would have done different is I thought the interview would take 30 minutes, and I booked him for an hour, thinking that maybe we could lose 10 minutes here and there. But the interview went over well over an hour, and I felt a little bit unprofessional. The fact that I was taking way too much time. Even though he reassured me a lot of times that it's okay, and he could afford to spend that time with me, and I so appreciated it. But it would have been much better if I, told him earlier that, it might take longer. But there's no way for me to know either. I did email all the information ahead of time, thinking that way we can get through things a lot quicker. But our interview was much more intuitive, so it took longer time. The most interesting part of the interview for me was my question number 8 on my question list, and that question asked, how does he keep up with the information? How does he inform himself in the field? And Mark said that he keeps things, he keeps himself informed by mostly observation. He watched doctors, he watched older nurses, he watched management, new people that are coming up with new ideas. But the most important thing that he said to me that I've never heard anybody say to me is that he learns a lot from representatives, like sales representatives people. That was new to me, and it was really out of the box, and I really appreciated that he was that intuitive and very close to knowledge that he really got from everywhere. That shows to me that he's a sponge, and is really a good someone who is self-directed quite a bit. My best questions I thought was question 9, which was how did your leadership how did his understanding of leadership evolve to over the years that he has been in there? How did it change from when he started to now? And he really emphasized communication. He said, above all else, you're gonna have to learn and relearn and polish yourself in the communication department, because you are always going to be running people that will stump you. You're gonna have to learn all that, you know, their personality, and take into account, and then try to communicate with them, you know, in a very, you know, pressure cooker environment, so like the hospital. So you really have to be quick, and you really have to be on top of it. Mostly communication is what he said. My weakest question was question 5, which, you know, basically was the same as question 10, about the role of CNL. So I probably could have made that one into one, and gotten another question with that. Like I said, I've really have chosen him for his, you know, leadership quality that he's showed, but I really don't know if I know him well enough that he would be a contact for me or anything like that. So I mean, he's done a lot more already for me, so I don't know what the future holds, or if I will ever interview with his hospital again or not. The interview was fantastic. I loved every minute of it. I enjoyed it. It was really, really great. The thing that surprised me the most was his ability to really contain himself, to really be in the moment, to not be hefty and arrogant and know-it-all. So I kind of liked his, you know, humility, but he was very in charge as well. So I think that's a very good quality to have, and hopefully one that I will learn from him. That's it for me. Thank you.